Hello everybody, didn't see you there. I was just doing a bit of reading. I was waiting for you to turn up. Beetle Dave, thank you for joining me on my latest video. I had a surprise this morning when I woke up. I switched my phone on and I'd gotten a notification from YouTube, nothing to worry about, just notifying me that my little channel has now reached 7,000 subscribers. 7,000. I can't believe it, you know, I really cannot believe it. So I thought I'd just basically take this opportunity to thank everybody and do a little bit of background into how I started my YouTube channel. Just have a quick drink if you don't mind. Like the new mug. Beetle Dave. Like and subscribe. Super got me this. She had it custom made. In fact, she bought me two. She bought me a left one and a right one. She bought me two though. Same on both sides anyway. This is, so yeah, really happy with them. Yeah, so like I say, this morning I woke up to the news that my little channel isn't quite so little anymore, because now we have got, like I say, 7,000 subscribers. I think it's actually gone up a little bit as well today. Not a great deal today, but you know, when I started this channel 2.5 years ago, and it is nearly now, I never even thought I would get 100 subscribers or 1,000 subscribers. Just going off the topic slightly, talking about subscribers, I want you all to do me a favour. I know that you helped me out, some of you helped me out with my shout out the other day, to help that chap that wanted a few more subscribers. What was his name? Michael McRut. And I know some of you have actually subscribed to his channel, so thank you very much for doing that. I'm going to ask you to do something a little bit similar today. I want you to check out a channel, and the channel is Toby Jackman. He's a lovely guy. He's been doing his channel for about a year now. It's basically finds videos he does. He goes, you know, he buys job lots, he buys auction lots and things like that, and then he'll show you what he's found. Really nice, really nice chap. He's on 345 subscribers, I think, at the minute, and he wants to try and get to 500. So if you haven't checked him out, please just check out his channel. You know, leave him a like, and obviously if you like it, think about subscribing to the channel, because it is free. And you know, he is one of the nice guys on YouTube, to be honest. Right, so getting back to why I started my channel. I was a bit late to the party, to be honest, starting my channel. It's something that I'd been thinking of doing probably 2, maybe 3 years before I actually did it. And I've said this before, although a lot of people don't believe me, I am actually quite a shy person. I'm not, once I've done something, but it's getting the confidence to actually do something different. Yes, I got back into record collecting in 2015, early 2015. Not in a big way to start off with. It was basically I just wanted to get some Beatles records and things like that, and it's grown and grown and grown and grown and grown. I did have a lovely Beatles collection many years ago, which I had to sell, unfortunately, so I basically started from scratch. Although technically I didn't, because I'd still got a lot of CDs. And then I got rid of the CDs and then started buying records again, which is a bit daft, really, isn't it? But we all do things, you know, and in hindsight I probably shouldn't have sold my first record collection. There were some really nice things in that. I've got some nice things now, don't get me wrong. I've been a fan of the Beatles since end of 1980. I got into the Beatles when John Lennon was murdered. I had heard of the Beatles before, but I wasn't really a fan of theirs, because I didn't like them. I just really didn't know who they were. I knew Yellow Submarine because we used to sing that at school. I knew like Hey Jude because that was on the radio, and I knew Imagine, but I didn't think that all those 3 songs was actually connected to one another. I didn't think the people that sung Yellow Submarine also sung Hey Jude, if that makes sense. So it was John Lennon that got me into the Beatles. So John Lennon is my favourite Beatle. I do love all the Beatles, I will make that clear. I don't dislike any of them. It's just if I had to pick one, it'd be John. He was a very strong influence on me in my teenage years and things like that. And whenever I'm feeling a bit, you know, under the weather or a bit down in the dumps or something, I will put on one of John's albums, or I'll read some of his books and things like that. And people sort of like didn't really know how to take John Lennon sometimes. You know, he always looked on the bright side. You know, it's like when he was doing his Bedding for Pieces. If you look at him, he's actually laughing his head off. He's absolutely, you know, all the world's media wanted to interview him and Yoko in a bed. You know, it's a shame what happened to him, obviously. You know, so John Lennon got me into the Beatles, getting into the Beatles and record collecting, and then my collection sort of like has got out of hand a bit now. I will be honest, I have got to start thinking about trading some records or something like that. I'm not going to go on eBay, because eBay is going to start charging you all sorts now, aren't they, apparently? So, you know, I've got records that are worth lots of money, and then I've got some records that aren't worth anything. Most of my Beatles stuff is worth something, don't get me wrong. So then one day I was just walking around town, and I did say to Sue at one point, I says, I wouldn't mind doing a Beatles, you know, a YouTube channel. And she goes, do you think you could do it? And I goes, I don't know. So I'd seen somebody, but I can't remember who it was that I'd seen. I don't even think it was actually a Beatles channel that I'd seen. I think it was somebody like Noble Records or something like that. It was just because he was just opening a shop or something in America. And I was like thinking, yeah, you know, very, very intelligent guy, knows what he's on about, things like that. So the seed was planted, and then it was, what do you call your channel? From that, it took me about 6 months to pluck up the courage to start a channel. And to be honest, folks, it does take a lot of bottle to start a channel. I haven't got any fancy equipment. I do all my videos off the phone, and I do record them live, and if I make a balls up, I make a balls up. I don't edit them or anything like that. I've just got a little ring light in here, which is behind my phone. I've got some other ring lights as well. My studio, or music room, or whatever you want to call it, is actually a bedroom in my house. I haven't got hundreds and thousands of pounds. I'm just an ordinary bloke. I drive a bus for a living. This is a hobby. I mean, it's a bit more than a hobby now. It is like a hobby stroke passion. When I'm doing like really, really long shifts at work, or when I'm doing like, we do something that I've got to do this week, is where we do eight days solid without a break, and I sort of like get withdrawal symptoms from not doing a YouTube video. I know it sounds daft. You know, I've met some really, really lovely people, but you know, that's going off the topic slightly. So I decided I was going to do a YouTube channel, and I thought, well, if nobody watches it, nobody watches it. So I said, you know, what do you call your channel? Well, obviously my name's Dave and I like the Beatles, so it was quite obvious that really to call it Beatle Dave. Although some of you might actually realise that now, if you look at the tag underneath, mine does say Beatle Dave the Record Collector. I haven't changed the name of the channel to that. It's just so that you don't get me confused with another channel of a similar name, who goes by the name. I'll give him a shout out. It's Beatle Dave's Beatles channel. So, you know, there is two Beatle Daves. I think I started before the other chap though. Again, he's a very knowledgeable chap. He's got some fantastic records. So, you know, if you want to check him out, check him out. You know, so that's why it now says Beatle Dave the Record Collector, but the actual channel is still called Beatle Dave. The first video I ever did was just of a record going round, I think, or so many seconds of a song that I was behind the camera. Didn't say anything or anything. It was just a very, very basic video, and when I look back on that now, it does actually make me cringe, and I was going to take it off, and I thought no, because it's there to, like, you know, to make me realise how far this channel has come now. Then I started doing like little reviews of John Lennon. Started off with John Lennon, and I think one of the first ones I did was a review of Two Virgins, and again, I didn't think anybody would want to watch it because it's not one of the most popular albums ever. But I did the commentary on that. I was behind the camera. I was still a bit scared to get in front of the camera, so I did a few more. You know, I did probably 3 or 4 more, and then I think the first one that I did where I was in front of the camera was something like a reissue or the wedding album, and I actually got in front of that because I had to like open it all up and show the posters and everything that was in it. And to be honest, when I did that, I was absolutely petrified. And it's stupid because there's nothing to be scared of, really. It's just the unknown. And then after that, I just got more confident and more confident. Somebody has asked me today what the secret is of my channel, and I don't know what the secret of my channel is. It seemed forever to get my first 10 subscriptions. And then it seemed forever to go from 10 to 50. And then from 50 to 100. But once it got to 100, it did start to trickle in. I was like getting... I wouldn't say I was getting subscriptions on everything I did, but I was getting subscriptions like on a weekly or monthly... like, you know, weekly or monthly. Not a lot, just, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4 like that at a time sort of thing. Then I got to 500. When I got to 500, I couldn't believe it. I actually could not believe I got to 500 subscribers. And that to me was, well, that's it, I've done it now. You know, I can't expect my channel to get any bigger. It's not like I'm a car channel, or, you know, I'm a reselling channel or something like that. You know, with doing a Beatles channel, it's a bit like Marmite. People either love it or they hate it. It is a bit of a niche thing to do. Is it niche? Is that the right word? You know, not everybody likes the Beatles. Not everybody likes Elvis Presley, do they? Not everybody likes Michael Jackson or, you know, Buddy Holly or whatever. You know, so I thought when I got to 500, that's going to be about it. I did start doing the odd video about other artists as well as the Beatles, hence why it is now called Beatle Dave the Record Collector on my tag thing at the bottom, just so people wouldn't get bored of me just saying, well, here's a hard day's night, here's a hard day's night, here's a hard day's night, here's a hard day's night. Once I got more confident in front of the camera, then I realised, and through watching other people's videos like Rachel's Ghost, Beatle Tone, Beatle Brad, there's a few more that I did watch as well. They sort of, through watching them, I sort of like learn how to make myself come across a bit more confident. Although I felt confident, sometimes I still look nervous when I was doing them. I still do now. Sometimes I look nervous when I'm doing them. And to be honest, sometimes I'm still nervous when I do them, which is a bit daft, isn't it, you know. And I just thought, yeah, you can get all ideas out of watching other people's videos, and you can. I mean, I've done videos and I've noticed, like, within a couple of days, you know, some other channels do something very similar, or I might do one and then realise somebody else has done something similar to mine before me, and things like that. But because it's the Beatles, there's always going to be similarity in some of the things you're doing, isn't it? Which is okay. We're all different. And then I just thought one day, just be yourself, Dave, because when early on, I did do a thing where I was either doing a Beatles top 10 of the albums or some sort of ranking thing, or I was doing a review of Sergeant Pepper, and somebody actually mentioned, they text me or put a comment on, said, it's not Sergeant Pepper, it is Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, don't you know anything? And I took that the wrong way, and I'm thinking, well, technically he's right though, isn't he? But then I just thought, but to me, yes, I do know it is Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. But sometimes if I'm just doing it, I go, well, so it's, you know, here's the Sergeant Pepper album and things like that. And people know what you're on about, don't they? It's like the White Album. If I was, you know, a lot of people will say, but it's not the White Album, it's really called The Beatles. But if you said this is the Beatles album, a lot of people wouldn't know what you're on about, because it is more widely known as the White Album, isn't it? And then I'd been doing this channel about a year and a half, and I hit the milestone of 1,000 subscribers. Again, I was over the moon. When you hit all these little milestones, it makes you realise how lucky you are, you know, things like that. The first probably year of doing YouTube, I didn't get many. I got a few views. I mean, some of them got that, you know, up to 1,000 and things like that. Others of them only got like 20 or 30 views and things like that. And I was getting subscribers, but it was just trickling in, it, you know, every now and again sort of thing. And I can understand why people are saying to me, Dave, you know, I've got a channel, can you give me a plug? I don't mind giving anybody a plug. I really do not mind giving anybody a plug. It is hard. It is hard, and like I've said, you know, it was hard on me because I didn't know what I was doing. I was nervous, and like I say, I'm actually quite a shy person. It might come across on here that I'm not shy, and it's like when I talk to people now who are also, you know, YouTubers and record collectors and part of the VC and things like that, it is like I know them, so it doesn't bother me anymore, if that makes sense. It's like Beatle Tone, you know, we're always commenting on one another's videos, and it's like we know each other even though we've never met. The same with Beatle Bed and people like that, you know, and it's like they are your friends, although you've never met them, they are your friends. And you know, I've had a lot of support off a lot of channels. I can't mention them all because I'll be here forever and ever. So when you start, don't give up. There will be times when you will feel like giving up. Cheers again in my new Beetle Days mug. I think it was just before, it might have been just after, I think it was just after I'd got to the 1,000 subscribers mark. I did have a really strange experience. I'm not saying this to put anybody off, but I did have a strange experience where I had somebody who commented, and then it just kept going on and on and on. And then he started slagging me off and slagging me records off, and then he started slagging me kids off and my missus off. Now, if you don't like my channel, I've got no problem with it. If you don't like the channel, don't watch it. Simple. Don't start slagging my family off. That really did affect me, and I was going to jack the channel in. I was talking to Sue about it, and she says, but you enjoy doing your channel, don't you? And I goes, yeah. And she goes, and look at your viewing figures and you know, and your subscriptions. She says, so there's obviously people out there that do like what you're doing. If you pack up, this bloke's won. So I thought, well, yeah, I'm not going to stop doing something that I enjoy and something that hopefully people out there enjoy. I think they call them a troll, don't they? They do it to try and get a reaction off you. So I just deleted this bloke, so he can't ever, unless he's I suppose he could do it if he wanted to, but he can't get onto this channel under the name that he was using. And at the time when I did mention about this, I did have a lot of comments off people, and they goes, yeah, Dave, we've had things like that happen to us, you know, we know exactly what you're going through. Don't give up, don't give up. So I didn't. Then once you get to like, well, in my case, once I got to like 1,000, 1,500, something like that, I know it sounds stupid, but you don't tend to look at your subscriptions on a daily basis, unless you don't go to work, you know. And if you're doing videos every day, then I suppose you do. You know, I look at my comments every day and things like that, but I don't necessarily look at my subscriptions. So it has been creeping up and up and up and up. I mean, it only seems like about a month or 2 months ago that we got to 6,000, which again is a milestone. And it's not technically, I think it's only about, not that long ago that I got to 3,000, because that was another milestone, and actually did like a question and answers thing. I did it live. Again, people have done live streams a lot better than what I do live streams. Where technology is concerned, I'm a bit of a novice. I've just about mastered how to do it like this, and I've just about mastered my lighting now, although I am thinking of getting a couple more newish lights, just so it brightens the room up a little bit. So that's about it. I love doing YouTube. I hope it comes across that I love my records. You know, I'm passionate about the Beatles. I'm passionate about record collecting. I love all you lot out there, and I do mean that. I'm not just saying it. I do love you all, and it is like you're all part of my family. Big family now, though, aren't we? You know, and it's like I've made a lot of friends, although I've never met them. A lot of people do give me a hell of a lot of support, and I don't think that they realise that they're doing it. There's quite a few people, and you know, and they put something, and I go, "Oh, thank you for your comments and your support," and they go, "Well, I haven't done anything," but yeah, you've all, you know who you are. There's a lot of people that have supported me throughout my YouTube journey so far, and long may it continue. What's my plans for the future? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Sooner or later I will be doing some little mini series on other artists, not to the extent that I did the David Bowie one. I did enjoy the David Bowie one, but and I did get a lot of positive response from that, and had some fantastic comments. People saying they really enjoyed it. They enjoyed looking at all the different variations of some of the labels and things like that. But it was a lot of work to do that one series. I mean, it was over, I think it was either 6 or 7 parts, and each part was roughly between half an hour and an hour long. So I don't want to do anything quite as intense as that again, but I might do like the odd album review of a certain artist, or a deep dive, or whatever you want to call it, like say on ELO or the Sex Pistols or Madness or Pink Floyd, or you know, something like that. It won't be a regular thing. It'll just be like now and again, just to keep people interested. Last year I was very lucky, and I was very lucky in more than one way. I mean, the biggest luck for me was getting Mount Sue, but YouTube wise, the channel just seemed to explode. And somebody says, well, you know, what have you done? And I don't know what it is I've done. All I know is now that I've grown in confidence. Excuse me, that cough is really nice, but it's starting to repeat on me a little bit. All I know is now I just be myself. I did try and speak when I first started a bit more sort of, what's the word, properly, if that is the right word, but I can't do it. I used to like, what's the word, I don't know how to explain it. I used to try and sound a bit more posh. Is it posh? Or no, the word's not posh. A bit more straightforward than what I am, if that makes sense. Now I just say it as I see it. If I think something is good, I will say it's good. If I think something is bad, I will say it is bad. If I'm reviewing something and it's a new product, like a new record, like an LP or a DVD or a book or something, I will tell you if I think if it's good, I'll say it's good. If it's bad, I'll say it's bad. If I think it's worth you buying or checking out, I will say that. If I think it's a load of crap, I will say it's a load of crap. Now, before, I would never ever have swore on my videos, and I don't do it intentionally now, but if I do, I do, which is okay, because I have set my thing for this channel is only for adults. It's not, you have to be over 18, the preference thing, isn't it? So it says something like it's not made for kids or something. I did go through a phase of trying to speak a bit more like that, which again isn't me. This is what you get, so I hope you like it. I have tried to put a bit more humour into my videos as well. You know, I make mistakes and I make cock-ups, and sometimes I start laughing and things like that. And do you like that or not? I don't know. Everybody's slightly different. I don't think if you got 10 YouTubers in a room that all had Beatles channels, I don't think any of us have any specific thing doing a video that would do the same, apart from switching this on and off. And our channel's about the Beatles. That is the only similarity. We all do things in a different way. I watch a hell of a lot of YouTube videos. They're not all Beatles ones. Like I say, you know, we all get ideas off one another, which is good. That's part of being in the Beatle community, or part of the VC, whatever you want to call it. You know, I've had some wonderful, like, is it VTLC or something? You know, I've had certain people have sent me things, certain people have sent me books, and somebody sent me a lovely, like, photos of In the Eye of the Storm, from the Paul McCartney exhibition. They bought the photos and then they made it into like a little collage, which is up on my wall there. You know, one of my subscribers asked me if I wanted to buy some of his records, which I did, which we did a video on. So hello, the Vinyl Vault, if you're out there, another channel worth checking out. You know, it's been an amazing journey so far. It has been a little bit like that, don't get me wrong, which I think everybody does. You know, I don't set myself any targets. I never started off this channel thinking I'm going to be able to jack my job in and just do this for a living. It'd be nice if I could, don't get me wrong, it would be nice if I could, but that's not the point of this. It's not about making money or anything like that. Yes, I am monetized now, whatever they call it, and I did get a paycheck or whatever you call them, just before Christmas or just after Christmas, but it was for 6 months, and it was basically pennies, to be honest. It was basically pennies. When you work it out how many videos it took to get what I got, you could never make a living at doing this. Well, I don't think you could. Other people might do, I don't know. Maybe I should get some of these made up and start selling them. I don't know. They look quite good, don't they? So yeah, the money, excuse me, making money off YouTube is not why I started a YouTube channel. I started a YouTube channel just to pass on my excitement, my love, my passion for the Beatles and record collecting. And it's not just record collecting, is it? You know, we've done things on books, on DVDs, on CDs. I've got back into CDs over the last sort of like year. I must admit, I did have a love-hate relationship with CDs, because I got rid of my original LP collection in the early 2000s and went to CDs. And then I got rid of all the CDs because I always thought the sound never sounded quite as good on a CD as what does on a record. Where other people, you know, some people say it's the other way around, the sound is better from a CD than a record. But we've had this conversation before where it all depends what your equipment is. My equipment isn't anything special. You know, like my setup is nothing special. Special up here it's not, in the music room. I've got an old Denon amp. And that, at the minute, that's plugged into a mixer, so I can run two tape decks at a time if I wanted to. Record deck, sorry. See, making mistakes. Am I bothered? No. I've also got a Philips CD player, which I think that cost me about £10. My Denon was originally a stack system, and I paid £50 for the Denon stack system, and that did come with the Denon speakers as well. My two turntables up here is a old Sony direct drive, so that means it doesn't have a belt, and you can alter the speed on that one. That is fitted with a Audio Technica cheapish cartridge. It is a nice sounding deck. My other record deck up here is a Technics one. Downstairs I've got a nice Technics system, which in one way I could do with it being up here. But it's the room again, you see, it's getting the room. I did treat myself to a Denon direct drive record deck just before Christmas, with the intention of bringing that up here, and then the Technics one was going to go back downstairs, so that would have been all Technics and would have been mainly all Denon up here. But that is a really nice deck downstairs, very easy to use. So Sue said, well, can't we keep that one down here then if you're at work, at least if I want to put a record on? She knows how to use that one. So I says, yeah, it doesn't make no difference, does it? So I haven't got anything special. I say I haven't got anything special. It's special to me, but it hasn't cost me a fortune to buy it. You know, we all have a certain budget for things like records or tapes or CDs or whatever you're into. My budget this year is about zilch, to be honest. I did spend a hell of a lot of money last year and the year before on records. Then obviously I got married, so I've got to be a bit careful what I'm doing now. I'm still going to collect records, don't get me wrong, but like I said, I'm getting to the stage now where I've got too many records, and there's a load of Motown and stuff down there that I haven't played in years and years and years, and I bet you there must be, I bet you there's over 100 LPs there. That Diana Ross, Michael Jackson, the Temptations, things like that. Now, if I got rid of all them, or I was going to get rid of them, I'd start looking for them, and there's certain records and artists, Motown, that remind me of people that are no longer with us. So I'd start sorting them out, and then I'd go, well, I might keep that because, you know, that's got so and so, that song reminds me so and so. I've got classical records, and I've even got a few country and western records. Not that I play them. When I first started getting back into record collecting, I didn't have much money, a bit like what I am now. And the easiest way to build up a record collection was to buy job lots off the dreaded eBay. So you might buy a job lot of 100 records and might only be like 10 in that were actually what you wanted. So the other 90 were so-so. I mean, you did sometimes get stuff that was alright in there, like Duran Duran or the Thompson Twins or Slade, or there was one where I got a load of Madness, and you know, things like that. So it was the easiest way to build a collection. Now I'm getting to the stage where it's hard. It is hard, because when I go to record shop, this is why I didn't go to record shops for a while, because I knew every time I went into a record shop I'd be spending £200 or £300. Buying stuff that I'd always wanted, don't get me wrong, or getting upgrades for my Beatles stuff and things like that. But now I've got to, when I go to record shop, I'm only going to go with so much money in my pocket, so I can't spend any more than what I've got. Does that make sense, folks? The future, what does the future hold? I don't know. Hopefully my subscriptions will still keep going up, and my likes will keep going up, and my comments will, you know, will still keep going up. Which, this is the thing, you see, with YouTube, you know, the more likes you get, and the more comments you get, and the more subscribers you get, then that is supposed to help YouTube promote your channel more. Whether it does or not, I don't know. Because when you go onto your when you've got a YouTube channel, you can go onto a thing called analytics or something like that. And once you get monetized, you can actually see what each video, what is made out of each video, sort of thing. And usually it is pennies, and I mean it is pennies. Bearing in mind my average for a video is between 2,000 and 4,000 views, roughly. I've had some that are less than that, and I've had some that are more than that. I looked the other day, and I did a video for Rachel's Ghost, another channel to check out if you haven't checked Rachel out. she's lovely. She really is. Again, that's somebody that has supported me basically from day one. Whether she knows it or not, she gave me a lot of confidence as well. And we found out we've actually got quite a lot in common because I'm married to Sue and her missus is Sue, and Rachel Sue has an ancestor that came from the town that I grew up in. You know, so there's all these people you meet, some amazing characters. Yeah, what was I saying about making money off YouTube? Right? Rachel's Ghost, the video I made for Rachel's Ghost, I actually thought would have got a few more views than what it did. I've got loads of comments on it, don't get me wrong, and everybody that's seen it likes it, but compared to some other people's, it's not a lot, right? But I went on the thing and I think I've made more on that. Bear in mind, it's still only a couple of pound, but I made more on that, which is roughly around 500 or 600 views at the minute. And I did another video about 3 or 4 months ago from the Vinyl Vault, when I bought a load of records off them. Well, it sort of like gifted in me, but we just I said, you know, we discussed the price that we was both happy with. That got 11,000 views, just over 11,000 views I think, and yet I made less money on that than what I did on the one for Rachel's Ghost, which is strange, isn't it? So I don't know how to work out what you get paid for each video, and I don't really care because, like I've said, I'm not in it for the money. Don't get me wrong, you know, if you're a bit skint and you get, because it's paid into, you know, if you get, you have to wait to get £60, I think. That is the least they will pay you out. And like I said, last one I got, it took nearly 6 months for me to get £60. So I won't be quitting my job at any day soon. But having said that, when you get it, it is nice in one way, because it's something that you didn't expect to get when you started the channel. Does that make sense? It does make sense, doesn't it? Like I said, I'm not in it for the money. I'm not in it to say, look at me, I've got this, I've got this, I've got this. I share with you my records and my experience of buying records or playing records, or, you know, some little stories along the way. You know, I'm a distant cousin of Paul McCartney, by the way, a very distant cousin. I think it's either I'm his second cousin 9 times removed, or 9th cousin twice removed. I can't ever, my mum could tell me. I've met George Harrison in the pub many years ago, which was near where we used to live at Fire Park. I've met Pete Best. I've met Alan Williams, who was an old manager of the Beatles before Brian Epstein. You know, I've got loads of little stories like that. You know, it's just, YouTube channel is what you make it. It's like this one probably won't get that many views because it's gone on for a while. I thought I was only going to do like a 10-minute video. So on that case, folks, I'm going to say thank you very much to everybody that has subscribed to the channel. You've made me really happy. You know, 7,000 subscribers is some achievement, and it's a massive achievement for somebody like me, who when he started didn't even want to be in front of the camera. You know, so my confidence has grown while I've been doing it. I still talk a load of crap, don't get me wrong, but you know, I do enjoy doing it, and I hope you lot enjoy watching it. Remember, you are the beat of Beetle Dave. Without you, you know, you are the success of this channel as well as me. Everybody that subscribes to this channel is part of the success of it. You know, if you just come across this channel and you like it, think about subscribing. It is free, doesn't cost you a penny. If you've liked the video, whether you subscribed or not, if you leave me a thumbs up, that helps YouTube promote the channel, apparently. If you want to leave me a comment, please do. And that's going to be about it. You know, you're the beat of Beetle Dave. I say this to you all the time. Cheers, everybody. Thank you for making an old man very happy, and a nervous man into more of a confident man in the 2 years, whatever it is, we've been doing this channel. I think a lot of you have grown with the channel. I mean, you've been with me quite a long time now, and like I say, my success is all down to you lot out there. If nobody watched it, you know, if nobody watched my channel, where would I be now? I don't know. So I think we'll end it there. I hope you've enjoyed this. So it gives you some idea of how I got into my channel. Like I say, I was late to the party in one way. I was going to do this about 2 years before I did, but I hadn't got the confidence to do it. I'm glad I did do it, don't get me wrong. You know, so I'm still quite a newbie compared to some people. I mean, some people have been doing their YouTube channels for 10, 15 years and things like that. So like I say, my success is all down to you lot out there, and I do mean that most sincerely, and you know, long may it continue. You are all like friends to me, and I do love you all, and I do mean that sincerely. You are like an extended family to me now. I have, you know, I've told you some of the things about when you start a channel, and only from my point of view. I mean, some people might start it and they're dead confident as soon as they start, and they might have a lot of money behind them and they can buy all the latest equipment and everything. I'm very basic. I'm not really very technical. You know, I mean, Rachel keeps asking me to go onto her channel, and I can't, because I don't know how I get. If it's like when they say, "Oh, there's Beetle Dave from England," I don't know how I get on the thing. Does that make sense? I don't know. I'm just me at the end of the day. So, love and peace to you all. I hope this has been informative to you, not too boring. It's just a bit of a personal touch, this, to be honest, you know. So, I hope you've enjoyed it, and that's going to be it. Don't forget to check Toby Jackman out. Let's see if we can get him a few more. It'd be nice to get him to about 500. I think he's going to do it anyway, to be honest. Like I say, brilliant little channel, and that's about it then. So, like I've said, love and peace. I'll see you all again soon. You might not get another video for a few days now, folks, because I'm back at work tomorrow, and I'm doing my dreaded 8 days on the trot, and I'm really looking forward to doing it. Not especially with all the weather. So until next time, peace and love. Remember, I love you all. Cheers. Bye.